So now, just quickly, we'd like to show you a quick video that sort of gives you a vibe of what Crooms is about.
All right, so as you guys can see, we are a magnet program and we have very specific focus on technology. However, we do give our kids a traditional high school experience with a lot of activities and athletics and the traditional arts even that are available at every other traditional high school. We also offer that to our students, and that comes as a surprise to many of our families when we're first introducing our program. So hopefully you got a little bit of a feel for that from the video. So tonight our agenda, Mr. Don is going to review some of our magnet program tracks in technology. And then after that, Miss Teague is going to speak to our AA pathway. That's our Associate of Arts pathway and also our dual enrollment programs. Then from there, Mr. Donnan, Coach DiNapoli, and also Ms. Hebel are going to talk about our traditional arts, the athletics, esports, and CroomsCon, which is available to your student right now this year. And then from there, Ms. Bundrick and also Mr. Donald will talk about the opportunity that you can take to do a virtual or an in real life tour. And then from there, I'll also talk to you guys about how to apply for your family to become part of our family next school year. And then at the very end of the presentation, we're going to have breakout rooms for each of the individuals that you guys see here as panelists today, so that you can go in and out of those breakout rooms for up to a half an hour to ask any of us questions using the chat feature. So without further ado, Mr. Donnan, if you will, take it away.
All right. So let's look at some of our different magnet program tracks. As you know, technology is our focus here at Crooms Academy, and that shows itself through many, many ways. Now, one option you have as well is if you'd like to follow along, you can always go to our website. So tonight we are going to constantly refer to our website because everything that we covered there on here will be on there. In the chat, Ms. Bundrick just put the tiny URL for our curriculum guide, which is where you can see a lot more detail about all the different classes I'm going to talk about, as well as all the different classes we offer in general. So as we do that, let's go ahead and move on. Our first track is the cybersecurity track. It starts with DIT, and you'll notice that all of our magnet programs start with digital information technology, which is a baseline information about how computers work, how to use them effectively, how to effectively use them through all of your classwork. Same thing with eCampus, things of that nature. After that, there are three more classes So a student can take that for 4 years, including the fundamentals of cybersecurity, essentials, and then operational. They are also the dual enrollment classes. You'll notice all of our dual enrollment classes in the presentation will be in light blue for our Seminole State College classes because that's one of their colors. So you'll notice that when we have options that are not just high school, but dual enrollment credits, you'll see them in light blue. So you notice we have 2 dual enrollment cybersecurity classes that we actually teach on campus. Next, we have our artificial intelligence classes, and that includes, once again, starts with GIT. Then there are 3 different classes, 2 of which are single semesters, which means they're half a year. And then another class is a full year. Through there, they learn about all the different aspects of artificial intelligence, how it's used ethically, and then how to write their own chatbots, how to make their own tools in with artificial intelligence to help them and learn how to use it effectively. Very, very important and unique in our district, as in we have one of the most popular artificial intelligence programs there are. Our dual enrollment networking track is a huge part of our AA pathway, which you'll hear more about later. Once again, these are all college level networking classes that are used as basically an introductory to college work in technology. Next is our digital design track. That's a lot of Photoshop. That's also a lot where our artists end up gravitating to because you learn Photoshop, Illustrator, and how to take all the art skills that the students have and then learn how to use them in a digital world. We also have very popular college classes that are taught on campus as well through our teachers that are college level as well. Digital media is our video production classes. There are 4 levels of our digital video classes. So that includes our TV production. So everything from learning about Adobe Premiere to Adobe After Effects, making movies and films and then presenting them digitally. Our game and simulation track is one of our most popular tracks. It also includes 4 different classes. So the students start with PIT, of course, but they can also take game and simulation design, which is a way for the students to dip their toe in a little bit of everything that is game design. So we're talking understanding how to write programs that make the game work, how to make art so that the games are interesting to look at, and then how to work as a team to then develop their own games. And that's just in their freshman year. If you were on and watching before we started, we had some different videos of some of the games that students have already made, including games in VR. As students continue down that track, they specialize and they can go into an art field, a programming field, a 3D modeling field, or even audio production. And then the final track, which is the game and simulation advanced applications, is where all these kids come back together and they actually develop a game as a specialist. And in that class, they start out by making their own projects and then having larger time frames, like 8 weeks, to develop that project into an actual product. Java programming and development is our primary Java and programming language. It includes foundations of programming, which is actually in Python. And then we've got principles of computer programming, programming in Java, and advanced Java programming and database management are all Java-based classes, and they're all dual enrollment, taught by one of our very own alumni, Mr. Swiderski, who was a student here. All right, now it's Ms. Teague to talk about some of our dual enrollment opportunities.
Good evening. So we do offer dual enrollment as early as 9th grade, which is unique to us. A lot of the high school, well, none of the high schools offer it as early as 9th grade. But the great thing about us offering it in 9th grade is that our students are taking it here on our campus, so they're not going off to Seminole State quite yet. The classes we offer to 9th grade are elective, so they're technology dual enrollment. So a lot of the ones that Mr. Donnan went over are entry classes. And all they need is a 2.5 cumulative unweighted high school GPA to be eligible to do that. So if your student right now is taking Algebra 1 or Spanish or even a science class in their 8th grade year, that's for high school credit, they would be eligible for dual enrollment. And so if you do choose us in the spring, I would send you emails to fill out the application if you want that opportunity to take a class. It's not required, but the opportunity is there. Other than that, we start academic dual enrollment. It begins in 11th grade. Students are eligible to take up to 3 classes each semester. Senior year, there's also an opportunity called early college where seniors can take 4 classes each semester. To do academic dual enrollment, the requirements are a little bit different. You do need a 3.0 cumulative high school GPA, a 2.0 SSC GPA, passing score on the PERT or concordant test score on SAT, ACT, or CLT, and then, of course, the application. Oops.
I jumped too far.
So the difference between AA pathway and just taking dual enrollment is the AA pathway is more guided into getting the Associate's in Arts degree from Seminole State College. So when students graduate from Crooms, they also graduate with their 2-year degree. All of our dual enrollment is free as well as the books. So it's at no cost to parents. The AA pathway starts in 11th grade. And the classes are taught here at Crooms in 11th grade, and in 12th grade, the students kind of graduate and go to Seminole State and take their courses there. So it's been a really good transition from taking college classes in the environment that you're used to then going off campus senior year and knowing what college classes and the expectations to meet. The requirements for that is they must take at least 1 technology dual enrollment course by 10th grade. So if you feel like you don't know if that's a good idea for your 9th grader, that's fine. But by 10th grade, if once they kind of get acclimated to Crooms, take on a dual enrollment course. They have to have a 3.0 unweighted cumulative GPA for the academic dual enrollment and a 2.0 Seminole State GPA by the end of the first semester of 10th grade. Then in the second semester of 10th grade, we PERT test. And if they get a passing score on that, and then the FAST ELA PM3, algebra and end of course, then they'll be eligible for the AA pathway. And apart from taking their college classes, they'll have to have those 2 years of world language for the degree. When I started here, we had our first class, which was 10 students get their AA, and now last year, half the senior class had it. So it's been really great for our students to have this opportunity of 2 years of free college. And it's a general AA, so they can take advanced math if they want, they can take advanced science, whatever pleases them.
So now I get to speak about all the different arts opportunities we have here at Crooms Academy, and there are a lot. This is our 2nd year that we've offered theater as a class as well as an after-school activity. Over the years, we have now developed into we also have a thespian club. It's called a troupe, thespian troupe, that actually performs at thespian festivals. We have for theater, we always have at least a 1 act in the fall, as well as a musical in the spring. So it's been really great. Our band opportunities are actually unique in the county because we have 2 very unique ensembles. The first unique ensemble is the steel ensemble, which you can see in that picture there. The steel ensemble is actually steel drums, like island drums, and it's an amazing opportunity for students who are proficient musicians and also students who've never played an instrument before, because the steel pan itself is easy to learn but hard to master, and it allows students of all different walks of musicianship to actually join in and perform in an ensemble. So if you're in 8th grade and you're like, oh, I can never learn to play music because I'm too old and I didn't start in 6th grade, that's not true. The steel band's a great opportunity to learn how to play in an ensemble and play a bunch of fun music together. We've also got a unique ensemble called the Groove Lab. The Groove Lab is the opportunity for students to bring their own instrument, from wind instruments like trumpets, flutes, clarinets, trombones, all of the above, oboes, bassoons, to string instruments like violins, guitars, piano, all that different stuff. Anything you can think. And we have an ensemble where we blend all of those instruments together and then have concerts. This is our first year with the Groove Lab, and it's been really exciting watching those kids come in with a lot of different skills and then come together and put some really unique music together. Our final instrumental ensemble is our drum line. Our drum line plays for our pep rallies. We have a spirit snake, and the spirit snake goes all over the school. And the drumline actually leads all the kids throughout the entire school for our pep rallies into the gym, where then we have a big celebration for the sports for that season. So that's our three main instrumental ensembles. And finally, we have our chorus, which meets once a day. And it's, once again, we've got about 30 kids who are really excited about singing. A lot of those kids are also interested in the musical for the theater department. And it's a great opportunity to join in. And sometimes actually those ensembles play together. So it's really cool to have that opportunity here. Next up will be Coach DiNapoli.
All right, good evening. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of all the athletic teams we offer here for our student athletes. Just so you're aware, they are required to maintain a 2.0 unweighted GPA to participate in any kind of high school athletic sports. The athletics basically falls into 3 seasons. We have a fall season, a winter season, and a spring season. As you can see here, the fall season consists of bowling, boys and girls. We have cross country, golf for boys and girls, swimming for boys and girls, volleyball girls is in the fall, and then we have sideline cheer. For the winter sports, we have boys and girls basketball, same for soccer, boys and girls, and also sideline cheer. The spring sports, we have baseball, track and field, volleyball for the boys, and flag football for the girls. The fall sports are basically going to kick off once school comes into session. They run till mid-October. That's when winter sports will be in full action. Mid-October, they run till January, February, depending on the sport. And then to kick off the end of the season, we're going to run into spring sports. Just so you know, I know there's a few sports on here that you may not see that your child may be interested in participating in. The FHSAA has implemented some bylaws that is very favorable for us, and they can have the opportunity to play at any other Seminole County public schools if we don't offer that sport. So if you have a child that wants to play football and wants to attend Crooms Academy, he is more than welcome to play at any other Seminole County public schools. It's just a pretty streamlined process. So that's definitely something in our favor.
We do. We have at least 2 freshmen this year who are playing football. One plays for Lake Mary, and the other plays for Seminole. So it's really cool.
Yep, we have a young lady wrestling for Seminole High School. We've had a young man play water polo for Seminole in the past. So if you don't see your sport and that's your student's passion, they are welcome to play that sport at their zoned high school.
Another nice thing about, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, they can play at any Seminole County public high school. It doesn't have to be their zoned anymore. That was just changed this year. So
hey, I just learned something new. That's fantastic.
Me too. And it is really cool because the sports that we do have, there's a lot of opportunities for students who, once again, may not have played a ton of sport, like they have not been playing soccer on travel teams, or they're not playing volleyball on a travel team. They're just interested in getting in. Because of our small school's nature, we have the opportunity to actually have kids who can just come out. If they're kind of athletic, they don't have a ton of skill, there's still opportunities for them to join sports. Right,
yeah,
Coach?
most of our teams, they really don't even require any kind of experience. So if it's something you're new to, or like Mr. Don said, you don't have a ton of experience, we're always looking to fill rosters. Sometimes our rosters are a little small. So we're always looking for good kids that want to come out and, work hard and get better. But we usually always have openings.
Love it.
Went too far. Clubs and activities.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Miss Hebel. So we have a lot of different clubs and activities here at Crooms. As you can see, everything from anime club, board game club, BPA, Kim Lab crew, Dungeons and Dragons club, Harry Potter club, Mu Alpha Theta, NHS, paleontology, you name it. Like there's probably a club that these kids have. And what's really great is that we update the clubs constantly. So if kids want to start a new club, this year we started the paleontology club and also the HEAL club, which is a medical based club, and then the model UN pre-law club as well. All 3 of those clubs were new clubs that started this year. Because they had like 3 or 5 kids interested in getting them started, and they got a teacher sponsor. So it's really a great way for kids to be able to express themselves. Cinema Club is another new one. They've been very, very popular here on very lately. So the kids really enjoy all the different clubs and opportunities that are here.
Esports. Esports is one of our really popular clubs, and it's also one of the only real esports teams in the county. And that's something we are actually trying to actively fix. We're reaching out to the other high schools to try and get them to also put together esports clubs because we'd love to have a little more competition as well as have some sort of, inter-county rivalry. They've built up throughout the years into a really competitive group where each member has to audition for specific roles on each specific game. And right now, our big games this year, because esports, it changes from year to year because whatever's hot. Right now, our big games are Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on the Switch, um, Deadlock, which is a shooter on PC, as well as Valorant and Overwatch 2. Um, they play those games in two separate labs, which we also use for the 3D modeling class and the AI classes and the game design classes. And those specific game labs are using high-powered NVIDIA 3060 graphics cards on fancy top-of-the-line machines so that our kids have that opportunity to perform at esports level that's like unmatched in the county. One of the reasons we have so many of those stations is number one, the classrooms need them, but number two, it gives us two classrooms separated by a small, like middle room where we can have two different teams playing and communicating without being able to hear one another. So in the spirit of competition, one team can communicate with each other and the other team can't hear them. So it's really a great opportunity for any students who's serious about esports and wants to actually learn and get better and work as a team that may not have, you would not have at any other school. So it's really cool. Ms. Hebel?
CroomsCon is an event that we host every year, and it is a charity event. Your students in 7th or 8th grade can actually attend CroomsCon. It's going to be in February this year, February 21st. And think of it almost as like a daytime lock-in. So there will be food, video games, card games, rock band. And in the past, we've raised a lot of money that goes to charity. Our tickets are on sale at croomscon.org, but this is also a really great way for your students, especially those 8th graders that we know are going to be here next year, to come to experience our campus in a kind of a fun way, where they can be gaming, eating, having fun. There's prizes all day long. So that is a really great event, and we're really proud of the money that we give back to the community through that.
It's been a really great opportunity for us also to meet a bunch of middle schoolers from through 7th and 8th grade. So like she said, it's a great opportunity for your students who are in 8th grade who may even if they decide not to come to Crooms, but they love video games. It's a great way for them to come out, have a great time, and then also help a good cause. So next we are going to have Ms. Bundrick and I help you talk about our virtual tours.
So all of our virtual tours and booking a tour in person can be found on our webpage. And Mr. Donnan is going to navigate where to actually find those on our webpage. So when you get to the landing page of our site and you go to our school, all the way at the bottom, you'll see an option that says virtual tour. This is an option to actually step foot on campus without physically stepping foot on campus. So as you'll see, as he's going through this virtual tour, you can actually, as if you're buying a new house and you see those virtual tours for new houses, it's the same idea here at Crooms. You can walk through the campus, look at the different areas, all from the comfort of your home. The different labs, the different classrooms, all of the different features of campus. You can take actual tours of what the physical spaces look like if your child were to attend the school. So he's kind of walking you around some of the cooler features there. And then if virtual tours aren't your cup of tea and you do like to see things in person, we do offer in-person tours as well that are led by our student ambassadors. To register for those tours, you'll go to the banner that says Parent/Student Campus Tours, sign up today, and it will take you to a form that will ask you for your preference on date and time. We offer all of our in-person tours on Fridays, either at 8 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. to try to accommodate as many schedules as possible. Our student ambassadors will lead you throughout campus, tell you about all of the different opportunities, and you'll have the ability to ask them about their personal experiences as students of Crooms. We have one tour coming up on this Friday, actually, so if anyone is interested, we still do have some space this Friday at 8 a.m. You can reach out to me or ask more in a breakout session when those begin as well.
And then Dr. Henshaw is going to tell us how to apply.
Oh, absolutely, because that's what we are wanting you to do after you see what you've experienced tonight. We'd love for your current 8th grader, next year 9th grader, to be a student right here at Crooms Academy of IT. There is no requirement other than your address being in Seminole County for your student to be able to attend. If you live somewhere in Seminole County, then your student can attend here at Crooms Academy next year. We do offer SCPS transportation for all students who live more than 1.5 miles away from campus, which is almost all of you. And so there is an SCPS bus that will pick your child up in the morning and take your child home in the afternoon. So if you are interested in applying to Crooms Academy for next year, and you haven't done so already, on our website, the very first banner that you'll come across, Mr. Donnan, if you will, please, is right here. Apply to Crooms AOIT for the 26-27 school year. The on-time application period is now through December 1st. So you can see that on-time application deadline is quickly approaching December 1st. So we definitely want you to apply during the on-time application period. And what that essentially means is this. If you apply during the on-time application, then that means that you are going into one big pot. And we have a certain number of seats that we're offering to our incoming 9th grade class each year, which is right around 265. And if you are within that single pot that applied on time, doesn't matter if you applied October 1st or December 1st, you're on time, you go into the pot all at once. There's no better odds for you to get your name drawn out of the hat at that particular time if you apply on time during that period. Then in January, you'll find out from Student Assignment and Program Access if you've been selected. And I'm telling you, there is a 100% chance if you apply on time, you might not get in on the first bout because we might have more seats. More people apply than we have seats to offer at first. But if you're patient, there are usually some seats that do open up throughout the course of the spring, and you will get in ultimately if you apply on time. Right now, Mr. Donnan can attest to this. His daughter, Aowen, is a junior here, and when she applied going into 9th grade, she was waitlisted at first. She was, I think, number 9 on the wait list, but then quickly got in within a week based on other families declining their seat. So we definitely encourage you to apply today, and that's where you go and do that. All right, what's next? We're up to the breakout rooms, Mr. Donnan, I believe.
That's true.
All right, so here's what's coming up next. So we want you to talk to each of us individually, and you guys can do that through the breakout rooms. So to do that, you can talk to Ms. Teague about a pathway to enrollment. Ms. McIntyre and Dr. Geigel are going to talk to your families about any questions you might have regarding your student who might have an individualized educational plan or a 504 or just other student services questions in general. Coach DiNapoli is here to talk about athletics. Ms. Bundrick and Ms. Hebel are going to talk about those student activities. Mr. Donald will talk about technology and the arts. I'm going to stay in this main room to just talk general questions. If you have any question overall, you can stay here. I believe from what we've practiced here, you're not going to be able to actually unmute yourselves and talk with us, but you are able to use the chat feature during this time. So, Mr. Donnan, are the breakout sessions now open?
They're going to open any second. If we're ready, I can go
I
ahead and
think
start.
we're ready. And then what you'll do is if you're on a desktop version of WebEx, you can go down to the options down at the bottom. It might say breakout sessions. You might have 3 dots, or if you're on mobile, you might have a little red button. And that's where you can go into our breakout sessions and then remove yourself from a breakout session to jump into a different one. We're going to host these breakout sessions for about 30 minutes. So we will run our breakout sessions until 7:05. 7:05. So please feel free to jump in and talk to any one of us during that time. You ready?
All right, here we go.
All right, let's make it happen. All right, it's just me here in the general room now, so I'm just going to read the chat. Oh, I love to see this. I see a chat that says, my daughter's very excited. What's the wait list like? So I've kind of described that a little bit. I'm not sure if you're still in this room or not, but if you have any other questions specifically after I describe the wait list, generally everybody who applies on time, I've never had somebody in my 9 years of doing this here who applied on time that did not get in ultimately. So if you really want to be a crim student, you can get here, trust me. All right. Yep, Ms. Heeple even said that all on-time applications have been accepted ultimately. They might not get in on the original draw, but they ultimately get in. All right, I'm just going to keep monitoring chat. I think most of our folks are probably joining up in other breakout rooms. I'm not even sure how many folks are in here with me. Oh, I think I still have 10 folks here with me. Oh, so don't be shy. Type in some questions. Oh, here we go. You're welcome to go into a breakout room. You don't have to. It's only if you have specific questions about those elements. So again, those breakout rooms are listed. If you click over to breakout sessions, you can see each of them. So you're welcome to go over there, but you don't have to. Yeah. If you just have specific questions for me or general questions, I can handle those. Great question. Just got a question. Are uniforms required daily attire? I'm looking at the uniform PDF on the website. And yes, they are with some stipulations. So I'm wearing the uniform myself. I pretty much wear the uniform every day of the week because it's easy. And so this is the polo. Reese Brothers is our uniform partner, and they sell these new. However, our PTSA sells gently used uniforms. So you wear these polo shirts. We have them in black, maroon, and khaki. And then you can wear these with khaki pants, black pants, or khaki black shorts or skirts. And we wear these Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, we allow the students to wear any type of Crooms spirit gear. So it can be a sports shirt, a club shirt, and then their bottoms, they can wear whatever they want within SCPS dress code. So our kids wear pajama bottoms on the bottom on Friday, sweatpants that are out of uniform, all kinds of different stuff. So that's great. Let's see. Okay, what are the chances of getting into Crooms as an 11th grader? That's a great question. So getting into Crooms as an upper class student, anywhere from 10th, 11th, or 12th grade, is different from an incoming 9th grader. So what we're looking at there is the transcript, making sure that you have the expected 2.5 GPA or close to it, that you're on time to graduate, and have if you're going into 11th grade, we're looking to see if you already have your algebra concordance score and your reading concordance score to be on time to graduate. So we'll look at those individually, and most of those who do apply, we are able to get them in. All right, I'm seeing another question. We're trying to understand the wait list. We have a 6th, 7th, and 8th grader. I love that and want them to be in the same school. Should we be concerned about possibly one or more not being able to attend after one child has been accepted? I don't think so. The options available to families these days with schools and school choice, there are so many and everyone's competing for students. We need you. We want you here. I just mentioned the wait list just because I really want you to apply during the on-time window. And like I've said, in my 9 years, every student who has applied online has gotten in. And in the 9 years, I believe we've had a wait list overall 3 out of those 9 years. And we have not had a wait list over the last 3 years. And that's because of the insane options that are available to families through charters, privates, and all of the other high schools. So I would not be concerned about that if you're trying to get all your students in to one specific school. Great question. Question here, how many students are in each classroom? That's a good question. Because we are a low enrollment school, we have just over 700 students. Like Ms. Teague had mentioned with the AA pathway, her AA pathway seniors are not even on campus because they are taking classes full time at Seminole State at that point. We're online. So our general class size is quite small. Most of our core academic classes are somewhere between about 17 to 21 students total. Even our elective classes are of generally that size, aside from that DIT course in their freshman year. But we do have a small class size and a small campus overall. We have just over 700 students. All right, can I talk a little bit more about the technology specialization? I think if you want to talk about technology specifically, you might want to jump over to Mr. Donan's room. He's talking about technology in the arts. So you might want to join his breakout room. He's talking specifically about each of our different specializations. But if you go into the beginning of the chat, you can see our curriculum guide that Ms. Bundrick linked there. So you might want to go ahead and review that as well, because those are all our technology specializations are detailed there. Yeah, can you send the webinar out to us? And yeah, we're absolutely going to do that. Mr. Donan has recorded this. So we are going to ask our friends at Student Assignment Program Access to share this with all of our current 8th grade Seminole County families as well. We think we're going to figure out a way to publish it to our website as well. Great questions coming in. I love this. All right. All right, I'm all caught up with my chat questions for now. So if you have more, let me know. I'm seeing that there are 3 folks over there talking with Miss Teague and AA Pathway Dual Enrollment. I knew that that would be popular. What a great opportunity for our students and our families to have 2 years of college paid for. It's great stuff. Oh, I see you guys are popping in and out of the breakout rooms too. That's great. That's what we were hoping for. We wanted you to be able to talk during this time to us. And unfortunately, our version of WebEx, the software that we're using, didn't allow for that. I'm just hoping that you guys who were able to come virtually with us tonight found this experience to be still informative without having to take an evening to drive out here to Sanford to spend the night with us. And there's a lot of value from coming in and spending time with us on campus, but hopefully you'll be able to see enough tonight and maybe even schedule your own private tour with one of our student ambassadors if you'd like to see and learn more. I'm just clicking back and forth between looking at how many participants are in the breakout sessions and the main webinar. Right now I have 2 folks here in the main webinar, and then got a bunch of folks over here in the breakout rooms, which is exactly what we hoped. If any of you guys have bumped in back into the main webinar here with me, if you have any general questions about Crooms, I'd be glad to share some of those. All the breakout rooms have somebody. Oh, Miss Teague's got 4 now. I'd want to know about the AA pathway too if I was in 8th grade family. My son is actually a junior, and he doesn't go to school here because of a lot of reasons. But sorry, he's a sophomore, and we're planning out his junior year right now and thinking about the dual enrollment opportunities that he'll take advantage of, which pale in comparison to what we have available to our students here at Crooms because of all of the on-campus opportunities that our students have to take college coursework with our teachers on Crooms campus. It's such a big difference and a difference maker because our teachers clearly understand high school students a lot better than a adjunct professor or professor would at the college. So it's a great way for our students to get started through their dual enrollment and college path. Hi there, I see a new person popped into the main webinar here with me. So if you have any general questions, just pop them in the chat. Be glad to talk them over with you. So it's great. About 2/3 of you guys stayed to stay into the breakout rooms and to learn more about individual programs and to talk with our administrators and counselors and our athletic directors specifically. So that's great. You stayed on after the main presentation to get your questions asked and answered. Love that. Oh, here we go. All right, I see. I guess I apologize. I joined in late. My son was on a field trip. Oh, and he really enjoyed the school. Excellent. My question is about the dual enrollment. How does that work as far as how many credits can they take per semester? Well, you're in luck. If you just joined in, you can see that there's breakout rooms. Hopefully you can see that based on if you're using a desktop version or a mobile version. There's breakout sessions, and I highly encourage you to join the AA Pathway and Dual Enrollment breakout session with Ms. Teague. She is there, and she is answering all of your questions that you might have in there. So I would suggest highlighting and copying that question over to Ms. Teague in her breakout room. But our students, just say everyone is, just I want to answer really quickly without as much detail as Ms. Teague can offer. Our students are eligible to take technology elective dual enrollment courses as early as their 9th grade year right here on our campus. And they're eligible for academic dual enrollment starting in their junior year. And Ms. Teague went over all the guidelines in our main presentation. We're going to email out the main presentation for you as well, probably later this week for student assignment program access. But the big piece is your student can earn their Associate of Arts degree concurrently with their high school diploma. So 2 years of time and cost savings wrapped up into our program here at Crooms Academy. So thank you for joining us. Even if it was late, that's okay. We understand. And hopefully you can pop over to Ms. Teague's breakout session. Good stuff. Okay, we have about 8 minutes left in our breakout session time. So hopefully you're popping around to the different breakouts and getting all the information you need. The recording of the webinar will be available for everyone. Yes. We're probably going to ask our friends at Student Assignment and Program Access to email it out to all our 8th grade families across Seminole County. And then we're going to also more than likely figure out a way to post it to our website as well. Great question. Fantastic. No, I mean,
It does say there's 14 participants.
Yeah, interesting. So we're all back together. That does conclude our virtual magnet event. We definitely appreciate everybody coming to our webinar tonight. Again, if you have any other questions, you are welcome to contact me directly. You can find all my contact information on our school website. There's the place where you can apply. There's a place where you can do a virtual tour or schedule a tour with Ms. Bundrick. And we would love to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and have a good evening. Bye, y'all.